What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dermy Wormy, and I'm coming at you with another video. And we're continuing to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender, because I don't think anybody can disagree with the idea that the actual trailer that came out a few weeks ago was hype. Like, I was also like extremely excited for the show. I have been nothing but positive for the show up until recently. The only thing that I actually had that was a negative against the show was I didn't like Iroh's beard. Well, after last week when it started coming out that the showrunner, the producers, the actors themselves were starting to talk and discuss stuff, they decided to come out and start admitting the red flags were coming up, starting off by saying that Sokka's sexism will be getting changed, completely ignoring the importance of his actual sexism and what that actually means to the character and character growth and character development of Sokka himself. Well, a lot of people said, well, this is just one article. This is just one moment. This is just one instance of something that they said that they were going to change. Well, now we are getting more information of more things they are planning on changing, and that's what I'm going to be doing all day today is more red flag after red flag after red flag, because we now have this one. Netflix Avatar: The Last Airbender showrunner admits to changes were made to Katara's character, some gender issues that didn't quite translate. Yet again, changing another character for the sake of modern day issues, modern day sensibilities, modern day Me Too, stuff like that, wokeism, everything along those lines. Now, what you might be saying is, well, what did he actually say in regards to the gender issues themselves? But as we start scrolling down and getting into the actual discussion, we get a kind of understanding of where they are. In an interview with IGM, Kim explained what he saw as a core characteristics that the show would not change regarding the characters. The characters, we had to dimensionalize them, but there are certain core, I would say their core DNA to the characters that you don't want to mess with. Whether it's Aang, like I said, his childlike goofiness, his sense of humor, the burden of his responsibilities, Sokka and his humor and his pragmatic outlook on life, Katara's warmth and her optimism. Yeah, hey, you're getting some of these key traits of each single character, right? You're getting some of those moments, but what else are you taking out? Though those things had to carry through into our version, he asserted. So you start with the characters and you say, what's the essence of the characters that got a big change, and what's the room where we can expand a little more? Okay, well, we're gonna expand, we're gonna increase it, we're gonna show Katara being more of this kind of heartwarming individual, this person that is also very motherly, very kind, very gentle, knows how to care for them in a more feminine trait, in a more feminized sense, right? Wrong. However, he would then admit the show made changes to Katara based on gender issues. What gender issues? What issues are you discussing? What issues are you talking about? The cartoon, for as great as it was 15 years ago. And so things have changed. There are certain roles I think that Katara did in the cartoon that we didn't necessarily also do here. He added, I mean, I don't want to really get into a lot of that, but some gender issues that didn't quite translate. What gender issues didn't translate? No, I want you to start telling me what gender issues didn't translate from 15 years ago to today. Because the only gender issues that don't translate from 15 years ago to today are gender issues that you guys are manufacturing, saying, is it okay anymore? This isn't right. This is bad. Is it the fact that in some instances she is, a damsel in distress and needs to be saved? Is it some instances where, guess what? She encounters actual sexism within the North Pole because they don't allow female waterbenders to actually practice combat waterbending. No, they have to learn healing waterbending. But hey, you start breaking this down more. When she encountered the sexism within the Northern Water Tribe, guess what? She ended up actually fighting back against the sexism against Master Paku. She ends up, yes, losing to Master Paku, but through that all, she ends up learning the truth about Master Paku. Master Paku ends up learning about her truth, her truth. But what I mean by that is that she is actually the granddaughter to his long lost love, a love that he ends up marrying later in the series. And yes, they do become grandfather to both her and Sokka. I'm getting my words mixed up. What gender issues are you wanting to take out? I'm being quite honest with you because I recently rewatched the entirety of the series. I rewatched every little bit of it. And when it comes to Katara, her main role is to be more the grounding center for Aang, to be the motherly kind of advice giver, the hopeful one. She's always like this moral compass style character that watches out for them and is there for them. She has the femininity that is required for the crew. She has this feminine outlook on life, that she's a little bit more gentle where she needs to be, but that doesn't take away when she does come out swinging and shows that she can handle herself. She is a very dominant individual. She's a very powerful individual. She is a very prominent individual within all this stuff. But the reason why I'm talking about this, the biggest reason of why I am pointing these things out, pointing out why these issues are coming up, is because these are red flags. I want this show to be good. I want this show to be phenomenal and to prove me wrong. But the more I see them say that they want to take away from Sokka's sexism, ignoring that character development because of his actual sexism, ignoring what happens there, because now I'm hearing them talk about how they're gonna change the gender roles of Katara and stuff that doesn't quite translate to modern day situations and stuff like that from a cartoon. Which, by the fact, the cartoon was honestly relatively progressive for the time and actually did show these characters in a more positive light. Actually, Katara being a very strong feminine character. But hey, we don't actually want strong feminine characters. We don't actually want strong characters that are females, that are strong with their own right, strong with their own abilities. They are still womanly. They are still feminine. They are still this. They are still this. They are still motherly, even though she's a kid. We don't want to show that. No, she has to be a boss babe. She has to be a big bad boss bitch. She has to do everything that a man can do. She cannot be separated from any of this stuff. That's the stuff that we are pointing out. That's the stuff that we are complaining about. That is the modern day feminism that we're probably going to see here. I don't know, but I'm willing to bet you money that that's what he's meaning. We can't have a already strong woman. We have to have her be a strong man now. So, when you see this stuff, when you see people talking about this, when you see people pointing this stuff out, these are red flags to start being worried about, because there hasn't really been any red flags until now. And it just goes to show you that these people don't actually know these characters. These people don't actually care about these characters. They're going to talk out of their mouth and say, well, they were this style thing. They were this style thing. They were that style thing. But then we have a bunch of these gender issues that we need to change because they don't translate. Well, then you don't actually care about these characters. You never cared about these characters, and you don't know what these characters actually are. But I'm going to leave it there for this one. Trust me, I got 2 more videos on a similar topic coming up throughout the rest of the day. But until next time, guys, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it out, friends, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live, guys. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye for now.